Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I'm Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, tonight we have got to take a trip into Pennsylvania, but not for the reason that you would think. Pennsylvania is another state undergoing the same thing that we saw previously this week between California, Utah. There's some other states, but Pennsylvania is the new one. And what we're going to cover tonight is why this is going to be a death nail. If we activate, if we defend the Second Amendment, if we step up and step out into this fight, we are going to do some incredible things. And let's listen to what's going on in Pennsylvania, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Everything is linked in the description box below. I want to hear from you guys on this one. The video between California and Utah, where we address something very similar, it's also linked below for your review. But enough of that setup. Let's dive into what's going on in Pennsylvania, because there's something here, and Tom Wolf, it's amazing how many things he's vetoed, but let's dive into it. So, Wolf sides with local governments in rejecting gun rights bill. Now, this is out as of February 4th. That's when this article is pinned. But Tom Wolf, just so you guys know, he actually holds the record for the amount of bills vetoed by a governor in the state of Pennsylvania. He also was the one that vetoed the constitutional carry bill that was coming out a month ago. Now, he's got a lot of ink on his hands, so to speak, but listen to what's going on here. Governor Tom Wolf has vetoed legislation designed to protect Pennsylvania residents' Second Amendment rights against municipalities that enact restrictive gun ordinances. So that's preemption. Now, if you recall, in that video I've linked down below, Utah just did something very similar. They removed any kind of loophole, so the state is the ultimate authority on localized gun rights. California went the opposite direction, and they're saying that you can't have gun shows on any public property anymore in those specific cities. Well, Pennsylvania, the Republicans there tried to do the same thing. It went through the House and the Senate, goes to the governor, and it dies. Okay, fine. But what's really important here is what we're seeing is all of these bills being pushed through to the governor of Pennsylvania. We're encountering what could be a massive red wave. Pennsylvania turns red on the governor level, and you've got a different ballgame because the same people are still in the House and the Senate with bigger majorities in this hypothetical. Let's keep going. You guys can kind of see where I'm going with this nationwide. Quote, once again, this governor has failed to live up to his oath to support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of his Commonwealth, said Representative Matthew Dowling, Republican of Fayette, sponsor of House Bill 979. Quote, by vetoing this bill, the governor has put the Second Amendment rights of every citizen in jeopardy, effectively encouraging communities to continue enacting illegal gun control measures. So what he's talking about there is one state or one city or one municipality in Pennsylvania can make one gun law, which is against the Constitution of the state and the United States, but they're not being held to account because there's no system of preemption. That's what they're trying to do here. They're trying to make the state the ultimate authority, so you can't have contradicting things across different cities and states, or cities in that state like Colorado. That's what's happening in Utah. That's what's happening across the country. But let's keep going. The legislation would have established the state, not local governments, has the final say on regulations involving firearms, and would have prevented municipalities from creating more restrictive rules. The legislation also would have allowed a person adversely affected by local ordinances or rules to sue for declarative or injunction relief and actual damages, such as lost wages if you were arrested or penalized in any way, taking a book out of the Missouri law around the Second Amendment protections, which is also happening in Iowa. You see, guys, nationally, if you zoom out like we do on this channel, you're starting to see a pattern. Wolf characterized HB 979, quote, as an attack on local governments who take action to find common sense solutions to gun violence in his veto message on Thursday. Quote, when I vetoed Senate Bill 565 in 2021, a bill that would have allowed unvetted gun owners to carry concealed weapons through our streets, I stated that these victims and communities deserve to have meaningful legislation passed to address the scourge of gun violence. I stand by that. So he hits two of the common buzzwords, buzz phrases. The left doesn't really matter. He's not going to pass this. But what I'm going towards is with the things on the horizon, if we do what we need to do and we activate, this may not be a problem anymore. And not just in Pennsylvania, which is purple, right? Quote, and this is where it goes off the rails for me. I have offered many ideas that would help keep Pennsylvanians safe while respecting the rights and responsible gun owners. including legislations to require safe storage, authorize extreme risk protection orders, enhance reporting requirements for lost and stolen guns, and close gaps in the background check system. And yet I have not received a bill from the General Assembly that seeks to address this issue in a meaningful way. That's because that's gun control. That's not respecting the rights of the Second Amendment advocates or gun owners. That's outright leftist gun control. You're just calling it different names and saying, well, they don't care, which is a laugh. But that's the way the left thinks. That's the way they process this. I'm right. I have common sense. You do not. You don't have this right. I'll protect you. Nope. No thanks. And this is the part where you're going towards the future. Quote, while frustrated by the governor's actions today, it comes as no surprise, he said. We will continue this fight in the days ahead. Now, that's the sponsor of the bill. And the days ahead part is what I kind of want to reiterate. We have a situation nationally where the Republicans have never had a higher political identity, ever. You've got Democrats retiring at unprecedented rates. You have Biden's approval rating in the toilet. Democrats across the board are suffering. You have everything set up for a perfect red wave, red tsunami. And when you have this level of gun advocacy going forward in the House and Senate in a swing state, you flip that governor's seat and you'd be amazed what will happen. That's why the first 2 years of the Biden administration, we were holding the line. And the next 2 years, we are going on offense, baby. And that is what we are going to do together. That's the message I have for you. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one on the bullet points. I'm Braden. See you later.